Good morning students, Sairam. We have already revised the first part of history lesson number 7, that is science and technology. In that we have learnt about the new development that were brought about in the field of science and technology, the research centers which are developed and new space missiles which were launched. Okay, the nuclear tests that were performed by India. Now today further in this lesson we are going to learn about the various other progress that was done in the field of technology. So in 1958 DRDO, that is the Defense Research and Development Organization, was established and under the Department of Defense of the Government of India. And what was its main objective was to make India self-sufficient, well equipped with weapons and which were required for defense purpose. After the 1983 this organization developed several missiles under the leadership of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, Dr. Kalam has made a great contribution in the production of missiles, and so he was known as the father of India's missile program. He was also referred to as the missile man of India. Now the next missile which was launched, that is the Agni, in order that China and Pakistan they should get an idea of India's missile strength. So India's border remains secure. So Agni 1 was tested. And what was this military missile? It had a range of 700 km, and later on Agni 2 and Agni 3 were also made. Then there were other missiles like the Akash and Nag missile. Akash was made in 1990 and it had a capacity of 720 kilogram explosives, and it would go at a supersonic speed at a range of 30 kilometers. The missile Nag, it was made in order to destroy the tanks of the enemy, and it is of the fire and forget type. So India has made itself militarily strong. Then in 1961, Indian National Committee for Space Research, that is the NCSR, it launched its first research rocket from Thamba, that is the Equatorial Center in Thamba in the state of Kerala. And in 1969, Rohini 55, the rocket was successfully launched, and the next stage was the successful launch of the first Indian satellite, that is the Aryabhatta, in 1975 with the help of Soviet Union. And this success proved that India's scientists can indigenously build and also launch satellites, and now they were also confident that they could acquire technology of sending message from the earth and assess the work of the satellite. And so the Indian Space Research Organization, that is the ISRO, was established, and on 15th August 1969 this organization was established to carry out further space research. Its headquarters are at Bengaluru, and it activated the space station at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh for launching our space satellites. Then we had Bhaskar 1. India had launched its remote sensing experimental satellite from the Soviet Union when in 1979, and in order to observe various things, that is as I have already told you that anything is missing, lost, so with the help of remote sensing you can just find whatever thing you have lost, for example a car or any of your gadgets like say your bike or your car that is lost. Then the remote sensing technology, it was used for the development by regarding water bodies, mineral deposits, and also forecasting weather. Then the photographs were taken with the help of this technology about the balls of the earth, environment and forests were very important. Then another area in which this information satellite was useful was oceanography. In 1981, oceanography was launched from Soviet Union. Then we had the Ariane passenger payload experiment, that is the Apple, the first completely indigenously built satellite by ISRO in India. Apple was launched on 19th June 1981 from French Guiana, and Apple was beneficial in the field of objectives. So you can see these were the various satellites which were launched okay, the Bhaskar 1. And then the Indian national satellite, that is the INSAT. In August 1983, the satellite INSAT 1B was launched in space. And because of this satellite, what happened? Major revolution came about in the areas of telecommunication, television, radio, weather forecasting and space research in India. Due to INSAT, 207 Akashvani or radio stations could be connected to each other. And so this mechanism was also useful for search and rescue of people who were caught in the disaster like shipwreck or an airplane crash, or forecasting weather to look for and follow cyclones or storms. So this proved to be of great help for the people who were caught in this kind of disasters. Then the telemedicine service was enabled. It enabled the population from remote areas to get advice and treatment from the expert doctors. Then public primary health centers in villages have been connected with super specialty hospitals with the help of INSAT. And then the technological progress. Then we had a factory was established manufacturing railway engines, that is at the Chittaranjan Locomotive Works was set up at Chittaranjan in Burdwan district in West Bengal, Burdwan district. And so the steam engines, electric engines and engines running on diesel were manufactured here. The first diesel engine, when was it manufactured? It was manufactured at the Diesel Locomotive Works at Varanasi. And then India started exporting railway engines to Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Tanzania and Vietnam. Then the telex services. So the Department of Telecommunication under the Ministry of Communication, they started the telex services in 1963 to transmit typed messages from one part of the country to another, so that the typed messages could easily reach within a fraction of a second. And in 1969, the telex service started in Devanagari script in Delhi, and later it spread all over the country. And this service, it began to be used in different fields with the rise of internet after 1990. And then later on we can find that this importance of this telex service was reduced as the satellite communication center. So in order to establish the satellite communication center with the help of artificial satellite, a domestic satellite communication Earth station was established in 1967 at Jodhpur Tekra near Ahmedabad, and this made it easy to train scientists and technicians in setting up and running on Earth station within the country. In 1970, a center was established at RV near Pune, which equipped for international telecommunication service. Then came the PIN code, that is from 15th August 1972, the Post and Telegraph Department started the 6-digit PIN code system in the country. The postal index code was intended, why was it brought about? To bring about efficiency in distributing the mails or the letters. In this system, the country was divided into 9 regions. The first digit of the PIN code, it indicated the region. Second, the sub-region. Third shows the main disbursement district, while the remaining 3 digits, they show the location of the local post office. For Maharashtra, which are the digits? 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. These are the first 2 digits. And in 1986, the speed post service was started to send postage rapidly. Okay. Then next came the International Subscriber Dialing, that is the ISD telephone service. So in 1972, the Overseas Communication Service was established in Mumbai for the management of international telecommunication service. And in 1976, the International Subscriber Dial telephone service was started to connect Mumbai and London directly. So with the help of this ISD service, we could connect with the foreign countries immediately. Along the telephone service like telex, teleprinter and radio images were also started. And in 1986, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited, it took a big leap in this field. And before that, Mahanagar Telephone, it was a public sector, MTNL was a public sector company for giving telephone services in big cities. And in 1990s, we had the Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited. It held the distinction of being the main internet service provider in India. And its contribution of Sam Pitroda in this field is significant. Then came the mobile service. When it came on 22nd August 1994, the mobile service was started. And what was the mobile handset cost at that time? 45,000. And calling was at 17 per minute. By 1990, many private companies had come in this field, and this made the mobile service more. BSNL, that is the Bharat Sanchar Nigam. It was actually established to provide service to the consumers along with the telephone service, cellular phone, internet broadcasting services were also made available in this. Okay. Then we have the Oil and Natural Gas Commission, that is the ONGC. So in 1956, the Oil and Natural Gas Commission was established to search for the deposits of mineral oil and natural gas and to increase the production. After Digboi in Assam, mineral oil deposits were found in Ankleshwar area in Gujarat. Later, mineral oil and natural gas deposits were found in the Gulf of Khambat in Gujarat. And in 1974, Oil and Natural Commission started digging an oil well in the Bombay High area with the help of Russian scientists by a drill ship called Sagar Samrat. So with the help of this drill ship, the oil well in Bombay area, they started digging this. From 1975, mineral oil and natural gas began to be extracted from there, and later more than 8,500 wells and 33 natural gas wells dug eventually in this area. They began to contribute about 38% of the total mineral oil production in the country, and about say 14% of the country's demand were satisfied. Then we have here with the railway technology, it adopted, has a big role in the history of modern India. Konkan Railway was started in 1998, and the technology to the credit of Konkan Railway, it stretches over 4 states, that is Maharashtra, Karnataka and Kerala, and over a distance of about 700 kilometers. So there are 12 tunnels on this track. 6.5 kilometer tunnel is the longest tunnel, and there are 179 big and 1819 small bridges. Out of this, 2665.8 meter long bridge on river Sharavati near Hanavar is the biggest one, and the 64 meter tall bridge on river Panval near Ratnagiri is India's tallest bridge. And for avoiding accidents on tracks, they are prone to landslides. There are sensors are also fitted to the railway engines. So in order to bring about efficiency, accuracy and coordination in the reservation system in rail travel, computerized reservation system was started for the first time in Delhi in 1984, and then in the same year the metro was started in Kolkata. So in this way we have seen that India has made a greater progress in the fields of science and technology. New inventions have started coming in. India is said to be an important nation in the 21st century, which has always used technology for establishing peace in the world. And India is making all these advancements in order to be the foremost among nations in the 21st century. So in this way, children, we have revised this lesson, and I want everybody to go through the lesson once again, read it and be prepared for your exams. So we shall stop for the day. Thank you, children.